everybody, it is Jenna with the D.D.N.O.S system, and we're doing D.I.D day today. And this weekend I got to do the Healing Together conference on D.I.D. It was fantastic. I was there virtually, and so much good information, and I'll probably be trickling it out in videos to come. But one of the ones that I was really excited to talk about was on trauma, of course, trauma. But no, I did a video a while back, and it's one of my most popular videos, was my trauma bad enough? These are, like, one of the presenters was a neurobiologist, others are psychologists, therapists, people with a lot of letters behind their names, those type of people. And they were talking about early childhood trauma and the adverse effects of it. One of them was talking about high conflict divorces as a major source of trauma. And a lot of people have talked to me and been like, well, I wasn't the source of the, like, physical abuse, or it was just like a lot of angry yelling. Does that count? And just listening to this presentation and then breaking down exactly why a high conflict divorce would be a major trauma, one that is like, and when I talk about D.I.D, I talk about you have to have it repeatable and inescapable. And they were like, these just don't end, because even after the divorce is final, there will still be things like calling the police, parents showing up and screaming at each other, using the children as like little soldiers to go and spy. And parents can be frightened or frightening, so then the child has nobody to go to for security. And just hearing somebody put it in these terms, and they even broke it down further, was so validating as why this would be a source of major trauma. So for those of us who like to discount, well, it wasn't that bad because we have heard worse stories, it still counts. They then went into medical trauma, even being in an incubator as a baby because you aren't getting that physical attachment and touch, and, you know, repeated medical procedures as a young child where you're separated from your parents, where they're sometimes afraid as well and don't know what to do. And as a child, like, now as an adult, sure, you might be like, oh, it's not that big a deal, but as a child, it's incredibly traumatic and disruptive. So just to touch back on that earlier video of, was my trauma bad enough? For those in the community who are like, well, it's just medical trauma, or they never even physically touched me, it's bad enough. Okay, guys, your trauma is valid. If this is how your brain had to cope to survive, this is what it had to do. Whether current you thinks that it is bad enough or extreme enough, it doesn't matter. You are valid. Your trauma is valid. No comparing. Your trauma is valid. Everybody, it is Jenna with the D.D.N.O.S system, and we're doing D.I.D day today. Hey! Okay, we'll cut that. Hey everybody, it is Jenna with the D.D.N.O.S system, and we're doing D.I.D day today. And this weekend I got to do the Healing Together. Okay. Chill, nerves. Take 3.